From the forest where it matured for more than a century, English elm arrives in High Wycombe, traditional home of Britain's furniture industry. But it won't necessarily grace the drawing room of an English home. More likely, it'll form part of an export order to America or the Far East, for that's where most of Britain's period furniture exports eventually end up. Last year, overseas customers bought £5.5 million worth of British-made furniture, and in an effort to get even more sales abroad, executives from 3 leading period furniture manufacturers have just got back from a sales research mission in Japan. The chairman of the Furniture Products Group, Mr. Barry Ercol, was one of them. His company, Ercol at High Wycombe, centres almost its entire production around that typical piece of English furniture, the Windsor chair. Mr. Ercol, why are people overseas, particularly the Japanese, so fond of this type of furniture?
Well, it is certainly true to say that English furniture is earning a very great reputation for its integrity of construction and style. But as far as Japan is concerned, these are very early days. And I think I should say that the reason for my visit to Japan was to take a research mission of 4 people, including myself, which is under the aegis of the British National Export Council Steering Committee, for the British Week next year in Tokyo. We believe that English traditions can influence, to the good, design for modern living. And in our own case, we have concentrated a lot of thinking and time and money on developing the theme of the Windsor chair. Now, our handling of timber is rather interesting. We use elm. Elm has always been known historically as a very difficult material indeed. It has in the past shown considerable tendency to distort, and we spent something like 5 years in developing a formula to control this savage but very beautiful English material, English elm. What it means is we go to the woodlands, we cut the trees, we transport the trees to our timber yards 10 miles from High Wycombe, and there we keep them outside in the open air for 1 year per inch, with something like 600,000 cubic feet, which is a year's supply, outside in the open air, neither eating or drinking. You can't hurry it along if you have a bottleneck, and at the end of that year or 2 years, the material comes down, and it does, of course, daily into High Wycombe, where it enters the kilning plant, which is quite easily the largest of its type in Europe. When one looks at an old Windsor chair, the face of the maker is anonymous. But somehow we would say that if a person 400 years making the first Windsor chair lived today with our facilities and techniques, perhaps this is what he would do. We work to very great accuracy. Many of our machines are working to 1/1000th of an inch. And for instance, in the upholstery side, we have introduced for many years complete accuracy in cutting of cushion cases, which are zipped for easy dry cleaning, so that the chair itself, which is a frame, and you drop the back cushion and the seat cushion into a frame, has to be made absolutely perfectly because there is no concealment at all. Every single joint is visible and part of the decorative effect.